Hello, hello. How is everybody doing today? Welcome to another conversation time. It is 6 o'clock on Friday the 9th in June. Still can't believe we're 6 months through the year already. So it's kind of crazy. So give us just a second here. You know how it works. If you're in here with us, conversate, talk to us. It's called conversation time for a reason. Give me 1 second here. Get my life together as best as I can. Okay. Okay, Dookie. You want to start off?
Weekly updates? What we got?
It depends on what you're starting with.
Weekly update.
Well, I mean, I understand that. Like, entertainment, what news, or what?
I think it's more along the lines of what happened in our week.
In our week? God, what happened last week?
Why are you acting new to this? What up, Patel?
She in here?
Yeah, she in the room.
Oh, we were sick this past week or so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That dude.
I'm a little hazy.
I don't know what it was. It wasn't no COVID. I know people that got COVID. I ain't had that. It was like I don't want to say upper respiratory.
It was like I'd say it was like a bad respiratory infection or something. So Braden got sick and he ended up with a fever and whatnot. We took him to make sure he was okay. And they said it was just like a cold or whatever, since he wasn't having other issues and his prolonged. And of course, you know, regardless of the sickness, they still have no sense of personal space. So, excuse me, hold on 1 second. And it comes with a cough that doesn't go away. So, I'm so sorry.
I'm going to have to sanitize my microphones after we're done here.
I can't get it to go away. So anyway, after he started feeling better, after he's already passed it on to just majority of the family, now we're trying to get rid of it. So,
Hey, I've been telling y'all for weeks that little kids are just nasty. There's cough in your mouth and in your face. And
I mean, we already knew this.
Sneeze all over. And those germs are just different.
We knew this, but that's what we've been dealing with. You got one day that you just feel like death, and it's just not great. So, but if you get a good night's sleep with it, it seems to help. It doesn't make it go away, but it does help for sure. So, watch out for that. It's going around.
Oh, yeah, it was Memorial Day 2 weeks ago. Last week.
Was that last week?
Was the 29th Memorial Day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Monday?
Last Monday. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This month of June, I feel like it's just whipping by now.
The whole year's just kind of going by.
You know, had a little... I saw somebody talking about cookouts and who's doing cookouts and doing cookouts now. And then the meme was like, we're the new adults. Like, we're the ones that's supposed to be hosting the events and doing things now. How we over here asking who's hosting them, and we're supposed to be the ones doing it. So,
I guess so. We did one. We had a nice little cookout.
Something slight.
So it was fun. I guess the next holiday is, well, technically it's Father's Day, and then 4th of July.
Nobody cares about Father's Day.
Why don't people care about Father's Day?
It's night and day between Father's Day and Mother's Day. You know how that goes.
I don't know how it goes.
It's the dad's going to be on the grill cooking his own food for the holiday. And
you don't have to be on the grill fixing anything.
Going to get a pair of socks.
Bull. I have been trying to figure out what you wanted for Father's Day.
No, I'm a father every day.
So then why are you complaining?
I'm not. I was just letting you know. You know how it is.
I don't know how it is, but that's okay.
Because, Mother's Day, y'all get all types of gifts, and they shut down restaurants and things for y'all.
Who shut down a restaurant? Who shut down restaurants?
I didn't. I was just saying, that's the general consensus. They go out. You were with me that one year when we went to the restaurant for Mother's Day and we were there for like 3 hours.
It's because nobody called ahead and got a reservation.
No, that's just, the power of mothers.
It's because nobody called ahead and got a reservation.
But what else is new in the world? Movies and TV. You got any new shows?
Shows that you're watching without me, or shows that we've watched?
Shows that you watch without me.
Which would be what?
Never Have I Ever.
I asked you today if you wanted to watch it, and you said you didn't care.
I don't care. You can go ahead.
And see, I ask before I start without you. You don't.
Anyway, Rabbit
no
Hole
loyalty.
on Paramount Plus with Kiefer Sutherland.
I'm not helping you
Is that
out
his
'cause
name?
you don't know.
Yeah, I mean, nothing you would want to look at.
It may have been, but you didn't give me an opportunity.
I know you too well.
You don't know.
Nothing's what it
That's
seems
okay.
when John Ware, a master of deception in the world of corporate espionage, is framed for the murder by powerful forces with the ability to influence and control populations.
Why would that not be something I'd want to watch?
You can go back and watch it on your own. It's a game
Well,
of like
apparently I'll
cat and
have
mouse,
to.
but I mean, you know, it was decent for what it is. What's up, Katie Beth?
Hello.
Glad you could join us. Reefer with Kiefer. What is that?
Reefer Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, is that a show that he's part of? Is that he should do that as his podcast name, or not?
Okay. Anyway.
You got any other shows that you?
We watched that, I'm going to mess up the name, American Born Chinese on Disney.
Yeah.
That one was pretty good. Michelle Yeoh's in it, the woman who was in Everything Everywhere All at Once. And it's about a boy who it's interesting to follow. It's a boy who is coming from heaven, but I don't think they mean like the popular consensus of heaven. I guess it would be like their culture's version of heaven, I would assume. So he's apparently looking for a fourth scroll to help bring heaven back together because it's falling apart and somebody's trying to destroy it and take over the whole world kind of thing. So he ends up going to a high school and posing as a regular student because he believes that his guide to help him find the fourth scroll is there. So it kind of follows him in his quest of sorts and this friendship that he's gotten with one of the kids there, and then it follows his story as well. So I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. You have to follow it. You got to pay attention because the storyline, there's a lot of not twists and turns, but there's a lot of details with it. I would say.
Oh, yeah, something to watch for nothing. Jason, what'd you say that you've been watching? You've been watching Rabbit Hole or American Born Chinese?
I think probably Rabbit Hole. More than likely.
But yeah, you know, moving on to my section, movies. I'm a movie aficionado.
I wouldn't say aficionado.
You wild. I know people that tell me that. Yeah, Rabbit Hole. But
I'll go back and watch it since my husband watched it without me.
being at the movies yesterday, I was shocked to see how many people were showing up on a Thursday night. I'm thinking they're there for Transformers, and come to find out, they're still going strong for the new Little Mermaid movie, which worldwide has done $343 million, which Disney's still classifying as a disappointment. They said it's not faring too well in overseas markets. Some say it's being blackwashed, is what they said, or racism isn't allowing it to push forward.
Well,
that's what I saw in some of the articles.
Surprising. There's been controversy with this movie since they released the trailer for it, and since they've seen that the Little Mermaid Ariel is black now, which I don't really understand why it makes such a difference.
She's a fictional character.
People get mad. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. And even like
hold on, Matt Damon played in a movie called The Great Wall.
Yeah, well,
The Great Wall is in China.
I understand.
Matt Damon is not Chinese.
Well, and then what's his face?
Tom Cruise played Last Samurai. Like, I can go down the
Jake
list.
Gyllenhaal was Prince of Egypt.
Yeah, I can keep going down the list.
Something.
Like, nobody wanted to boycott these films.
It just doesn't really. I think the stigma behind the whole thing is that they're supposedly taking a quote unquote classic and changing it around, and now it doesn't fit what their childhood movie was. But it doesn't really make sense. Even the woman who played the original Ariel, of course, was at the premiere, and
is
she
it really the
has
people
no issue
who
with
watched it as from their childhood, or is it just other people?
I think it's a mixture. There's a mixture. Of course, you've got the ones who really don't like it simply because it's a black mermaid.
Because I haven't seen nobody in my peer group get upset talking about they're boycotting the Little Mermaid.
How many in your peer group are actually going to see it, though?
Nobody on my Facebook has gone up in arms about the Little Mermaid.
Well, I mean, like I said, you've got that one demographic who simply is upset because they've changed the character, and then others who think that it's not the same as the
gods of Egypt,
whatchamacallit.
no black gods whatsoever. Well, we can't even talk about Egyptians because, the whole controversy with Egypt and what's going on right now.
I don't know.
It's for a different show.
Okay.
We just say we know what happened with the Cleopatra incident. We know what happened with Kevin Hart when he was talking about it. I think if it was up to them, they wouldn't be located in Africa.
Okay.
But that's for a different time. But
so sorry, y'all.
I digress. Back to Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Was able to go see the premiere yesterday. I think we give Fast and the Furious too much heat talking about the number of movies they have. Because when I was sitting in Transformers yesterday, I was like, there have been a lot of Transformer movies that have came out. This was the 7th installment of Transformers.
How many?
This is number 7. So
is that including the spinoffs?
What spinoffs?
Bumblebee.
As a collective, Bumblebee is still part of the Transformer franchise. But sitting in there, I couldn't remember what the other movies were about. I had to look up on the phone, what's the chronological timeline that you're supposed to watch the Transformer movies in, just to get a reference, because this one was based in, 1994?
Mm-hmm.
So anybody that's going to see it, the new Transformers soundtrack is fire.
Of course.
Anybody that was born in that era, the original hip-hop era, soundtrack was a nice little mix, nice blend.
Don't you look at me like that?
Just saying, in case you're like, oh no, that's not hip hop.
Why would I say? I was born in that era.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. Optimus Prime, he's always going to be in there. They had some new references. I don't know who Pete Davidson's agent is, but that man Pete, he got his hand in everything.
Everything in Hollywood.
Transformers. He got a couple shows on one of these streaming sites.
Peacock.
Kardashians,
I don't know if he should be too happy about.
I mean, this man Pete, he can't lose.
Rock the Bell is booming right now. What is that?
Rock the Bells?
What is that?
I'm not sure. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific.
I don't think I've seen Anthony Ramos in anything else. Has he been in something that we've seen before?
Who's Anthony Ramos?
The guy who played the main.
I didn't even know who he was. I just knew Optimus Prime. Autobots.
What do they say?
Unite.
Roll out.
Whatever. A symbol?
I was waiting for a symbol when we were in the theater, so I don't know why. Oh, he was in Hamilton. Okay.
Okay.
I still need to watch that. I'm so behind. But I was also really behind 3 years when The Greatest Showman came out, so I'll get there. But no, I mean, they did a really good job. I liked it. I've always liked the Transformers movies.
Yeah, and it gave a nice little spin-off to a new little series that they're going to be coming out with here soon. Old School Hip Hop Channel and Tour. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. I've seen it.
Oh, we tried watching that In the Heights, and we didn't get through it.
Did we put? Oh, that's right.
We started
it was. I'm not a real big musical.
Well, you're not a musical
I'm not
fan,
a musical
right?
guy. I can take a little bit of musical here and there, but when the whole thing is just musical, it did me in when they were in the taxi. When they were in the taxi company and they just kept singing everything, and I'm like, turn this off.
I'm sure it was a good movie, but we never got through it. We'll have to go back or I'll go back and try to watch it again. So,
new Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse came out. I hear that's doing pretty well. Miles goes on an adventure with Gwen Stacy / Spider-Woman across the multiverse, where he meets a new team of spider people known as the Spider Society, led by Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, but he comes into conflict with them over a new handling of a threat.
They said one of the scenes in there, and I think it must be one where he's traveling through the Spider-Verse or something, said it took 4 years to complete.
Like in the movie or just
the animation of it?
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that's been doing well. People giving that good reviews.
Hello,
What's up,
hello.
Dante? Glad you could jump into the
Show
spot.
face. Hold on.
Digital face.
Oh my gosh.
And then, I think one of the most anticipated films coming out here soon is the new Flash that comes out next week. I mean, we know how these DC movies have been doing. They haven't been faring too well, but hopefully this can redeem it. Damien said he went and saw it last night.
Did you like it?
First off, he said he had red carpet special treatment. He said he was out there on the red carpet, dressed up. Got to go see the premiere. I was like, where y'all doing this at?
They're fancy over there.
But he's he a DC fan. He likes Batman and all that. So he said as a Batman fan, anybody that likes Superman, they'll enjoy the movie. I mean, just the trailers they've been putting out, I think it's going to be pretty good. So.
Well, I mean, they've been advertising it for a while now too. It's kind of like how they advertised with.
Oh yeah. Teal was there
Doctor
also.
Strange
Teal,
and all that. Was it good?
How'd you enjoy it?
I hope he'd take her. You never know.
How'd you enjoy it? We'll wait for her response back. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go check it out next week. I'm gonna report back, let y'all know my thoughts on it, because I'm a Marvel guy.
Mm-hmm. Well, DC's been doing okay here lately. After Zack Snyder did the 3-hour Justice League, that one was pretty decent.
When he went back and redid it again, the Snyder cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That one was pretty good. She felt special. That's good. I'd like to do a red carpet event one of these days. We'll have to get it in with somebody. You didn't put on here Oppenheimer. Why'd you? That's going to be a good one.
Hopefully. I don't know. I'll cross that bridge and see how it fares.
And then you won't watch Barbie with me.
I'm not going to see. I'm not
good.
wasting my money to go see that Barbie movie. Like, time is valuable. I'm not going to waste it on that. Like, I watched the trailer. I'm just like, this ain't for me. I just watched Deadpool 2 and was reminded to watch these money movies. Yeah, you hadn't seen Deadpool 2 yet? Yeah. 3 is supposed to be coming out. That's going to be good. Oh yeah, Equalizer 3 with Denzel. That's going to be a game changer. Because the funny thing was, everybody was talking about how Denzel doesn't do sequels. Denzel doing trilogies now. So I think
if he got him money, I'm sure he would.
Oh yeah, but some actors in Hollywood, they got that star power where it's like, I don't need to do sequels. But I think now people are starting to actually fall in love with these characters in these movies, in these roles. So now they're like, all right, let me stay aboard this money train.
Well,
if
I mean,
it's
like they
fix it.
Right. I mean, it's like how they said they were supposed to be ending it with the last John Wick, and now they've got another one coming out.
John Wick, they're supposed to be ending it with the last Fast and the Furious, and they came back and said, oh yeah, by the way, it's a 3-part.
I mean, technically they are ending it with that
That's
one.
crazy.
They just broke it up.
That's crazy. And then we can't forget. Jesus, I just forgot. There's another movie I was about to say, but I don't know. I'll get back there later.
It's coming out?
Yeah.
Your Expendables?
Oh, Expendables?
Expendables?
What's it? Yeah, Expendables. Expendables 4. It wasn't
I never
that
saw
one,
those.
but you ain't seen none of the Expendables?
Oh, are you talking? No, I haven't seen any. You talking about Indiana Jones or Mission Impossible?
Thanks. I wasn't even thinking about none of those.
I don't know why you did the movies part of it if you were the movie buff.
There's so many that are coming out.
We stood here and talked to the theater person for like 15 minutes about these movies.
Because then we got The Blackening coming out on the 19th.
Oh yeah, that looks funny.
Or same week as The Flash. So there's a lot. There's a lot I'm looking forward to.
It'll be good.
Yeah. If y'all got any movie suggestions, let me know. I'm always up to check out something new.
I'd love to know what you were thinking.
I don't even remember. I was thinking like 14 different things and reading the comments, and somebody threw me off. So, all right, what else we got in entertainment? Oof, the Trump indictment.
That deserves a butt of some sort.
You want to? Is that appropriate for it, or am I?
I like that one.
Did they finally get the guy?
I have no idea. I stopped following that thing after.
I don't even. Yeah, I just saw it coming across news feeds this yesterday actually. Criminal indictment against Donald Trump over his handling of classified government records was unsealed. The indictment was made public a day after Trump was charged in the case of U.S. District Court in Miami. Yeah, it was the big thing right here. 2 of his lawyers resigned.
That's not a good sign. As our lawyer who's in the room, what's it mean when your lawyer resigns?
They do their hands up and was like, man, we ain't got nothing for you. It was, jeez.
That's not something you want to be remembered for as far as being on a case.
Nah, but I mean, also they charged in the indictment was Trump's valet, Walter, what is that, New
I definitely thought you were trying to say like
right
anime
here.
dude.
Yeah, Walter there, who faces several of the same charges as his boss, with whom he has allegedly conspired to keep classified records and hide them from a federal grand jury. So they said each of them will face a maximum possible sentence of 20 years. Obviously, we know that he ain't gonna do no 20 years.
I'd be surprised if he does any time, really.
31 counts accused Trump of willful retention of national defense information. So basically, out of everything he did, he just got caught with some classified documents and lied and said he didn't have them when he was having
I really think they just got what they could and hung their hat on that. Like,
I mean,
we got to get him for
you got to
something.
get him for what you can. His whole team's resigning. It's like, nah, sorry, boss. We can't do nothing for you. They said the lawyer was telling how to hide it. It's definitely not good. He also puts his attorneys in unethical positions, which means there's no attorney-client privilege. I mean, yeah.
No, I don't think he's going to do any time either.
Yeah, money does talk, but, you know, this is a high-profile case. They've been trying to get the man for a while now, and only so much money can talk.
He's got the money to do it, though.
I don't know, because at this point, I think it's going against our judicial system, and if it shows like, hey, this person here did this, like at some point, you got to have accountability. You got to hold people accountable for their actions. I posted a status the other day when I was talking about at what point, at what age do we hold these celebrities, these athletes,
I saw that,
anybody to a higher level of accountability? It didn't necessarily have to be in the John Morant situation, Zion Williams.
At what age? Like, did you mean at what age do we do it, or what age should they be that they need to be held accountable?
Well, kind of both, because the big thing with the young celebrities, young athletes now, a lot of people are saying, oh, they're young, so they shouldn't be looked at or frowned upon for like the decisions that they're making. But then in the same breath, it's like, hey, we're paying these guys $50 million, $200 million. Oh, no, they're still young. But at the same time, we're putting them on that pedestal as celebrities, and it's people that we're looking up to, people that we're spending our money on to be able to watch them on TV. So at that point, we're giving them attention. So should we just look at them as what they are, just people that entertain us, or should we hold them in a higher regard and a higher standard to be like, hey, y'all do have a social responsibility. We do want to see y'all take accountability for actions that you do. Or is it, hey, it's their life, our entertainment. We that's what we want to see. We want to see y'all act like a fool. We want to keep throwing y'all money so we can laugh. We can not worry about what we have going on in our own regular lives.
I mean, I can
celebrities just to be just that, celebrities.
I can understand that to a certain extent, especially with some celebrities, like, you know, like your reality stars, like the Kardashians. What they do does not really affect us in any way. But you've got people, first of all, Donald Trump was the president of the United States. I'm pretty sure what he does could possibly affect us, or could have had an effect in the past. John Morant, he's not really obviously in the same limelight, but he is starting to be a role model for kids. So, you know, if you're watching basketball with your kid or whatever, and your son sees him on social media doing this, that, and the other, think it's cool, yeah, it's going to negatively affect you in some way too. So I don't think it matters regardless of how old they are. They need to be held responsible and accountable for what they're doing.
Dante said, nah, I want them to stay rowdy. And I mean, and that brings me to this John Morant situation again. Like, do we hold the celebrities accountable? Because, I mean, their job is definitely holding him accountable.
This is also the second time he's done it. This is not like a slap on the wrist kind of thing.
But now the thing is, that's coming out, he's saying it was a toy gun. Does that negate?
What does that got to do with anything?
I'm just saying what he said. I mean, regardless.
I don't think it matters. If you were on there with a squirt gun.
And then Dante said, kids listen to NBA Youngboy. John Morant is not affecting nothing.
Yeah, the music genre now is a whole different conversation.
And I mean, for me, being a parent, like, I'm definitely going to monitor what my kid listens to.
First of all, we're getting him liking classics now.
Yeah, he's around me. Like, when he gets old enough to, you know, start streaming his own stuff, I'm like, don't be playing this trash music. Because especially if I see him start mimicking the behavior, we're going to have a whole different problem. But, I mean, I'm glad I'm not a celebrity. Because people want to look at you in that regard. Like, you need to have, like I said, social responsibility. You need to hold yourself in a different limelight. And at the end of the day, they are people. People are people. They want to just live their life, enjoy themselves how they do. They don't want to be having to answer to what goes on. But unfortunately, in the opinion, in the court of public opinion, people are going to judge. People are going to have something to say about what they do because that limelight is shine so bright on them.
But that also comes with, I would say, the title of a celebrity. You already know you are under a magnifying glass. Everything that you do is being looked at very closely and being judged for whatever reason. Well, not like most of us have any idea, or what you're going through or why you made these decisions or whatever. But it's gonna be looked at, and I think that you also need to kind of err on the side of caution when you do certain things.
Yeah, folks do wild stuff every day, and unfortunately, cell phone cameras is catching people in these wild predicaments. But the difference is, like, regular Joe Schmo over here could do something crazy. It's not going to follow him because the next crazy incident that happens might overshine him. Mm-hmm. But these celebrities, they have such a viral following. Once they do it, people want to keep that fire, keep dousing it with more gasoline in order to keep them in that limelight. And like I'm now seeing with this Zion Williams situation,
I don't know what's going on. You'll have to tell me. First of all, Dante, when he comes to me and says that Uncle Tay let me do this, just understand that a conversation will be coming to you next. But anyway.
So in the situation with with Zion Williams, he went online the other day. Him and his new baby mama, I guess, girlfriend, whoever.
I did not know he had a kid.
Well, no. She's expecting. So this will be his first child. So you know how it goes. They did the post. They did the. I guess okay. It is. I don't know.
I just asked a question.
Tell them the story.
Anyway,
from the facts I had.
Sorry.
So they was in the picture together, congratulations, Zion Williams, such and such, having a baby. Adult film star, I don't even know her name, Mariah something, comes on there and says a slew of various tweets.
A slew?
Yeah, she was like, one of the big ones was like, I hope I'm not pregnant with his baby too because I'm late also. And proceeded to air out receipts and dirty laundry about their relationship. So according to her, like he was supposed to be flying her out to New Orleans, supposed to be having her get a house, a car, all types of other frivolous things. And I guess at the end of the day, she felt some type of way because this other young lady got pregnant and she didn't. I guess thought she was going to be a kept woman.
So is she trying to say that she had the baby to make him stay?
I don't know what. But then another woman came forward today.
It's always the guys that you would not believe or think that would be in like a situation like this.
Who? Oh yeah, Katie Beth coming out. This is a kid's show. I mean, it's a family friendly show.
What?
Yeah, she said. I'm not gonna go through what all was said or transposed, but I think y'all can understand what could have happened in these situations. Y'all just go on Twitter and y'all can read the thread because it was a lot of stuff going on. Needless to say, she felt some type of way. My thing is, these adult film stars are getting upset over him for having relations with another woman. I'm not downplaying the industry in any ways. Anybody that's watching the show that's in that industry, get it how you live. I'm just saying, she felt some type of way that her man was with another person.
Well, there's 3 sides to every story: his, hers, and the truth. And I guess in this point, 5 sides.
Yeah,
that's a lot of sides.
So I guess she felt that the woman that he was with wasn't baby mama material, I guess.
I mean, that's not for her to judge.
But I don't know, because I just jump on Twitter for the comments because it's hilarious for the day. We were talking about just their live, our entertainment. I mean, unfortunately, this is the situation that this young man is in at this current moment in time. I do wish that the young boys in the NBA and athletes would listen to like the mentors, because I'm sure like if he had some older cats bestowing some wisdom upon him, he could have got, some NDAs. He could have maybe aligned himself in a different circle.
You got to think though, maybe some of the older people that he knows have already been in said situations or are currently.
Oh, definitely. There ain't no.
And maybe they still dealing with it. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm just like, dude, especially in this day and age of technology and social media and how quick smear campaigns go out there. But it's just messy.
Well, again, like you said, it goes with being a celebrity. You understand that you were in a certain limelight regardless of
Nah,
what it
ain't.
is. Yes, it is.
This is everyday stuff because I see people on Facebook that get caught up in these love triangles and air it out. But
yeah, but nobody cares on Facebook about if you're a
they
normal
do,
person.
They
Nobody
do for
cares.
a little bit.
They do for 5 minutes till they go through the comments and see what it's about, and then that's about it. This is going to go on for a minute.
Who got parents? The celebrities do.
His parents don't care.
Yeah, I also think once you hit that certain threshold of money, you feel invisible, and you're just out here doing what you want.
She cared when he was in college. I don't think she cares too much now what he does.
Yeah. Oh, I left this one off the list. I had posted the video earlier in the week talking about women that were on there talking about their relationships and requirements for their spouses.
Oh yes, let's please talk about this.
And now, I'm not saying, you just need to settle for what you can get. You should manifest what you want in life. But also, when it comes to manifestations, you need to have a level of realistic goals when goal setting. Now, these women, hey, if you want to, go to the build a man factory and craft your ideal man. Like this woman was like, no, he got to be over 6 feet. He got to be over 6 feet tall. He got to be making $500,000. He can't never have ever had no type of speeding ticket. He got to be loyal to a T and be all about me. Just outrageous. I'm sitting there like.
First of all, I love how Batil has not been saying anything, and then she chimes in.
Oh, why she laughing? But no, like, and they're laughing. But
Excuse me.
I'm quite sure they've seen these responses online because now it's becoming more and more prevalent since, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels passed away. Kevin would go in there.
But do the ladies want him to rest in peace?
They don't. But and I think once the late great Kevin passed,
don't you dare call that man late great Kevin.
It just opened the door for these women just to storm through
driving records
and just start demanding what they want out of a spouse.
Okay, Beth, you better hope driving records aren't found
now,
a spouse.
And like I said, I'm not trying to downplay people's manifestations for what they want in a partner at all. But at the same time, you need to have realistic goals and you need to have realistic expectations for who you are in life.
Hold on, pause. Because you have to think about it too. And I'm not saying they're right. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're right. But what if that's just the standard that they hold for themselves? What has to do with that? You can't say that you have to bring your standards down in order to be realistic. Like, and I get, like 500,000 is a little bit much. If you're asking for 500,000 and the man's like
Do you know the percentage of American men in the United States that make over $500,000?
Very low.
When you say low, what do you
I'd not even 20s. I'd very low.
20
like in the 20 percentile. I would say it's very low.
It's less than 20%.
That's what I'm saying. I can't imagine it to be very high.
The average man in America, I think they said the average American right now is only making probably
what is it?
About $40,000.
Yeah.
So for them to go on there and just spew out outrageous numbers saying, "Oh, I need a husband that's making $500,000. It needs to be over 6 feet tall." I'm 6'10" first and foremost. I see guys all the time that's under 6 feet tall. So you first off, you're putting your man that you want on a pedestal, saying he got to be this tall. When most of the women ain't even over 5'4" themselves.
First of all, I speak on this. I got lucky with a tall man, but that's a very big requirement for most women.
But then on top of that, but then the women are saying, "Oh, he got to make over 500,000. He got to make." No,
I mean that is ridiculous. Don't get me wrong.
But then at that same time, what are they doing to bring to the table that qualifies them to even be in the conversation with the man making over $500,000?
I definitely agree. If you're asking for that much, more than likely you're wanting to be a stay-at-home wife, mother, whatever it is. You most definitely have to have something that you're bringing to the table to match him in some way, shape, or form. But Teal's right. Let them have their standards because they will realize eventually something's going to have to give.
But then with that, it comes to the point where it's like, all right, so these women ain't even checking for love at this point. They checking for a paycheck. Because it's like, how do you ever expect to find a suitable mate when the only thing flashing in your mind is dollar signs and not, all right, am I compatible? Is this somebody I can build a family with? Is this somebody that I could have children with? Do we share common goals?
They're looking for that.
Do we share the same beliefs? Is this somebody I can grow with? Is this somebody, if I get sick and I'm down and out, are they going to be there for me in the end? Or, all right, he got 500,000, he going to replace me with the next thing off the assembly line? Because at $500,000, if you ain't bringing nothing to the table, it's like, all right, I can go over here to the Build-A-Bear workshop and make something new.
I don't like your analogies, but I do like them, and that's what makes me mad. But it's the truth, though, because if you're asking for very high standards and very high qualifications, you've got to have something. You can't just sit here and say, oh, well, I'm just going to be here a trophy wife. I hate that term to begin with, because you're also going to be the same women who want to be a quote unquote trophy wife are going to be the same ones who are upset being objectified. But it's just, there's got to be a give and take here. And that's the thing too, is most of the women that I saw in that video, now I don't know these women from nothing. I can't say who they are personally, but I can imagine if that's the first thing you're asking for, like you said, you're not looking for love. You're looking for a paycheck, and you're looking for a certain lifestyle to be funded. So, but I'm pretty sure the man who's looking for that too, or who's seeing these women, are hopefully smart enough to see that's all they want.
I mean, I don't know if they watch too much Pretty Woman growing up, and they just think that's how society's supposed to be.
Pretty Woman was a prostitute.
I'm aware of this, but they look at it on the terms of like a Cinderella story, a woman that they just laid around and they just found this man, and he's like, all right, I want to take care of you for the rest of your life. Here's a gold American Express card. Go out and just go shopping with your friends and do this and do that.
Hold on, where's the double standard? I'm curious. I don't understand it. I just want to know. So like understanding, not saying you're wrong.
I don't know. I could say as a man, we set goals and expectations, but at the same time, I don't know too many men are gonna sit here saying, "Oh no, my woman got to make $600,000, and she gotta be built like this, and she gotta be built like that, and she gotta have this type of mind. She gotta come from this family like this." Like most guys I know, they just happy to have somebody to talk to at the end of the day. They just happy to get somebody to jump in their DMs a little bit.
Y'all are fairly simple. I'm sorry. I'm trying to sound as nice as I can and keep this as a family show, but men are fairly easy.
We don't be having these lofty expectations for spouses.
No, but I mean, and then it's not wrong to have expectations for your spouse. That's obviously a good thing to have. So you're not, like you said, settling for whoever, but you've got to understand what you're asking for is going to come from a lot that you're going to have to give as well. Guys only choosing women who make over $500,000. How many women are out here making $500,000?
How many women that make over $500,000 just going to settle for just any run-of-the-mill guy is the question.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. Like a guy can make $500,000 and he'll settle for
his standards are still fairly low.
But a woman that's on her grind making that much, she ain't thinking about Joey over here that's sleeping on the couch and playing video games all day and got to ask to borrow her car to go out and do stuff. So
because I mean, I'm not trying to, I'm not a feminist, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. But I will say, more than likely, that woman who got to $500,000 had to work a little bit harder than that man who just got it. So her standards are going to be a little bit higher. And she's not going to lower herself just to please some man. That's not happening whatsoever.
What was that? Yeah, what was that Tyler Perry movie with Taraji and her husband was on? He was trying to, he was trying to be on his grind. Acrimony. Yeah, he was trying to be on his grind. Was trying to do everything he could, get his little invention off. And, she was like, I can't do it with you anymore, and left him.
Yeah.
And then what happened after she left? Like 2 days later, his invention got sold, and here she came back in the picture, tried to be with him.
That's a story.
But by then, it was too late.
Goes.
He had replaced her.
Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus.
Why she say, I doubt that. The goat debate.
What goat debate?
I think he's talking about Kevin.
Oh, my gosh. That man.
They're not even in the same vicinity. But yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. I've been carrying that one around with me for like a week and a half. And I saw another video about it today, and I was just like...
Also, don't ever complain about how much you think I spend, because it could obviously be a lot worse. I don't even spend that much.
I ain't got that much for you to spend like that. Yeah,
that's why I don't spend that much.
Yeah, you can only spend what your threshold is.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
keep hitting that wall. It's like decline. Anyway, Canadian wildfires.
Who's setting fires in Canada?
I don't know, but this was the thing that was sweeping through the United States all of the beginning first half of the week. More than 400
Literally.
fires are raging across Canada, with at least half burning out of control. Tens of thousands of people have been evacuated from their homes. Air quality has improved in many U.S. states after today.
That's good.
They said that, looking at it, it was like a veil of just...
It was orange.
Yeah,
Like,
a
what is it,
veil
smoke?
of smoke, smog, dust, something that was just over New York. New York, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, these places still remain in alert. I even heard that it's going over into Europe now. Like some of the European countries are seeing the smoke.
What part of Canada? Just all over Canada?
It's got to be part of Canada that's closest to the New York side.
Oh.
I'm sure it ain't over in Winnipeg or nothing on that end.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
That's out near California.
That's what I'm saying.
But global temperature rises caused by emissions from burning fossil fuels is leading to larger, more frequent wildfires around the world. And it's a vicious cycle. The emissions pumped into the atmosphere by fires add to the global heating, global warming, further dying out the land and vegetation, making it more susceptible to catching fires. So where is Captain Planet when we need him?
Captain Planet is probably dead. Let's just say it.
Yeah, we were hearing about this stuff happening years ago too, but I guess it's becoming a more and more increase in what's happening. So
I'm sorry, but people who say that global warming does not exist clearly has not stepped outside.
who said that? Al Gore did a whole
He did do a
presentation.
whole thing on it, but there's still people who don't believe in global warming, and you can clearly tell from the 80-degree days in January. Like, what sense does this make? And then obviously you've got this that's not helping it. So I think we've dropped the ball. I think we waited too late to try to do anything about it. It's just going to happen how it's going to happen at this point.
That's terrible to say.
Well, I'm just saying. What else you got?
This is Azalea Banks versus DC Young Fly. I just want to go on the record and say, and I hope she hears me say this, she is raggedy for this.
Very true. Very true.
So anybody that's been on social media know DC Young Fly, the young comedian that got his start up on Wildin' Out doing, I think he was doing like TikTok videos or something.
Mm-hmm.
But his partner and children's mother,
yeah,
she passed recently during a mommy makeover. It's very.
Is that what they called it? A mommy makeover?
She was going for a mommy makeover. That's what they called it. She had passed.
Oh.
Azalea Banks, I don't even know what she does.
She's a singer.
I can't tell you 2 songs that she has. I can't tell you 1 song that she has. She was on Wildin' Out a few months back, maybe even like over a year or so ago. First off, who goes on Wildin' Out knowing that Wildin' Out is a comedy show?
A roasting show.
I would never be like, oh, hey, Wildin' Out asked me to come on here and think I'm not going to go on there and at some point get roasted. Like, that's like going on Saturday Night Live and them not putting you in a sketch.
True.
So she went on there. She complained because they did, what was it? Was it the song portion where they were cracking jokes on her?
Yeah.
Anyway, they proceeded to roast her. She said that it was just upsetting for her and mental breakdowns and things, and blamed DC Young Fly. I don't even know what the guy said to her.
He said that Nick Cannon couldn't get Cardi B, so he settled for the ugly A, Azalea Banks.
Oh.
I read it earlier.
Okay.
He essentially called her ugly, so I guess it was a shot to her pride. I don't know. Which is, I would assume, part of the game is to roast your opponent. That's kind of how this thing works. So you go back and forth. But she went and took it a bit further.
But anyway, she issued a statement on her social media, just basically bashing and cracking jokes, talking about his partner passing away and how it happened basically because of karma. Like, that's raggedy.
She better watch out talking about karma. You make comments like that, it's not going to come back great for you.
That's raggedy behavior. Like, you just shouldn't speak ill on the dead. And even in a situation like how this happened, like, who are you to go on there and just bash this lady and bash this man during a traumatic event.
Exactly. Like you directly, it's not like you just made a comment, random. I mean, essentially that was blatantly directed towards him. Why else would you say anything else about this woman other than I'm sorry she passed? And really, there was no reason for her to get any kind of cosmetic surgery. She was a very pretty woman. Like, I don't understand it. And I think that's what, women need to understand. This societal standards that they have for us that we need to try to match is not worth you possibly losing your life, because there's no telling what could happen when you go under that needle. So, I hate it for him, and especially for those kids, because they look like young kids, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's unfortunate. But for her to make a comment like that, that's classless.
That's why he called her ugly.
She's got ugly spirit and ugly face. Look.
Ugly spirit.
It is what it is.
If the shoe fits.
It does fit indeed.
Holding grudges that long, that's wild. You just went.
And in turn, that's going to make you ugly physically, too, because that's not a good look.
Yeah, there's something going on in her head, because for you to hold a grudge that long and then come back and just say something about it. Whew. But, karma.
Look, she'll find out one way or another.
In other news, Apple released their Apple Vision, which is the new AR headset that is retailing for $3,500. So obviously this is not going to be, just like a new Apple phone or Apple earpods or whatever else these Apple heads get. You right there?
I'm good.
Okay. I expect it to be for a selective few, because I couldn't see myself spending $3,500 on an Apple goggles.
Well, we don't do Apple products
anyway. Did you watch the
anyway.
video? Because basically,
No, I don't think so.
You can do everything you can on your phone, but it like turns your wall or whatever that you're looking at into a whole augmented reality. So you could watch TV, you could do your Apple devices on there. And
you should still be able to do that with your regular TV if you can do a screen share.
And that's what people are saying. But, it's the new, latest, greatest technology out, innovating AI and innovating augmented reality. And I think a lot of the Apple products, Apple users want to be the first to say, hey, I got it first, or hey,
it's a cult following.
First. I mean, it's cool for the culture, but, I'm not an Apple user, so.
Not enough to where I'd pay $3,500 for a pair of goggles.
Nah.
That doesn't make much sense.
Nah.
And you probably only work with an Apple TV or something.
Nah, it's built into the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait around. It's similar to like how Meta did Oculus. Oculus was hot for like 3 months, and then I don't see anybody anywhere talking about Oculus Quest or anything right now.
Is that out now?
I mean, yeah, it's still out. I still think we're still early in this game of augmented reality. The glasses for me are just too big. I'd like to see something, nice little sleek frame you can just put on your face. We're probably, another 5-10 years out for something like that. And just for mass adaptation for these technologies. Because once we get to that point, everyone's just going to be in their house. It's not like it's technology you can just get in your car with and drive around. I mean, I wouldn't mind having like the glasses where if you get a call, it pops up on your screen. You can see it out in front of you. I mean, we've seen.
I think that's dangerous, so that's probably why they haven't done stuff like that, too. And I know you're talking about the upload thing.
Yeah.
On Amazon. Was that Prime?
Yeah, I mean, any new technology that comes out is going to be dangerous. Come on, people were walking off cliffs playing Pokemon Go.
It's sad.
So, I mean,
oh, my goodness.
You're just going to have to be in a society that. You need a cough drop?
I need something.
Jeez. Where people can use technology responsibly, because anytime we get any type of new technology emergence that come out, there's always going to be a safety net and those safety issues that are going to come about. Look what people were doing with the Wii's when they came out. They were throwing the Wii controllers through the TV.
That's why they put the strap on.
Yeah, because they were getting a little too aggressive with Wii bowling. So we can't sit here and say, oh, it's dangerous. I mean,
Wii
everything's dangerous.
I liked it.
I mean, cars were dangerous till they put the seatbelts in them.
They're still dangerous.
Yeah.
Because now you got, and this is a good segue to your next thing, Tesla that drives themselves. Oh, you're not doing that now?
I didn't even. Oh, okay. I didn't know what you were talking about. Yeah, that was in my stock talk. But yeah, Ford and Tesla announced a partnership. Tesla's going to allow Ford to start using their chargers in their EV vehicles, EV electric vehicles. So, that sent Ford stock up because, anybody that owns a Ford, that's exciting because now they'll be able to charge at a Tesla station.
So does that mean that Tesla's charging station will work for any electric vehicle, or they're making specialty?
Well, they're specialty chargers for these vehicles.
Okay.
And this is something that we probably are going to see Tesla get into partnerships with other car companies because right now, I think Tesla and maybe Chip, I'm a chip enthusiast, CHPT, they have charging stations all over the United States, got into a partnership with some European countries also. So right now, I think they have a large market share next to Tesla, but it's going to be interesting to see in the next couple of years what these companies are doing, because as we know, Tesla already has the technology behind it to put in the chargers. So are other companies going to get involved with them, or are they going to have to come up with their own charger? Is it going to be like a VHS Betamax type of thing? You don't understand the reference, do you?
I mean, I know what a VHS is.
Yeah, so when VHS came out, there was another type of video cassette player. Similar to how when Blu-ray came out, there was HD. So you had two different types of components.
Right.
So are we going to have two different types of chargers, or there's going to be one universal standard charger for the industry, or is everybody going to have to just be driving around finding a different one? Because, it doesn't matter where you go for gas, you can always get 87, 91, diesel at any gas station.
Do you have to pay for these electric chargers?
So it depends on what your subscription is. A lot of like the earlier Teslas that came out, they had lifetime subscriptions. Some of them now, you got to essentially pay at the pump when you go to charge up.
Okay, I've never really thought about that until just now.
But then, with that, I mean, there's going to be a lot of things to figure out. Are we going to see gas companies, something like ExxonMobil or BP, are they going to just invest into a charger?
That would be smart.
And just outfit their entire company with something like that. So, I mean, the opportunities that are out there, it's going to be real interesting to see. Speaking of stock talk, NVIDIA went off last week. NVIDIA is a chip company, so you got the major players, Intel, NVIDIA, AMD, everything that from cars to computers to any type of electrical component utilizes chips, because chips is the main function that makes them run. But NVIDIA has been doing a lot of work in the AI realm, which we know AI is a hot word this year. What was it last year? Crypto? Everything crypto was booming.
I thought crypto was 2 years ago.
Regardless, we get hot words every year. This year it's AI. And NVIDIA is basically powers AI hubs. So, they had earnings. Earnings blew through the roof. Positive outlooks, positive future guidance. So the stock's been going up. Actually, all the stocks have been going up this week, to the point where it's like, all right, are we out of the bear market? We talked about bears and bulls a few months back. Hey, Braden, how you doing?
Hi, Bobby.
So, just looking, everything's going up. Everything's green. Markets are doing well. So, it was an interesting time in the stock market this week.
We haven't done a stock talk in a while.
Because it ain't been, nobody want to talk about stocks when people losing money.
Everybody
want to talk when it's green and it's all things go. SEC is finding Binance and Coinbase. The crypto world's taking a hit right now. They're deeming a lot of the cryptocurrencies as securities. And as we know, you got to pay money on securities. So they're trying to crack down on a lot of crypto coins right now as well. What Jason say? So Ford can start blowing up literally too. I hope not. Yeah, Oculus had people punching TVs. They did, and they still do.
So did the Super Bowl. I mean, it's the same.
And then, last thing on my list was Juneteenth. The White House announced today a Juneteenth concert on Tuesday, June 13th on the South Lawn. Why are we doing Juneteenth on the 13th? They couldn't have did it
What day
like
is it on?
the 19th is Juneteenth.
I know that I was trying to see if
It's a Monday. We couldn't get like a little.
Well, because it's probably a federal holiday now, so.
What's that got to do with a concert?
They don't want to be there either.
We couldn't do like, you know, a Saturday barbecue. Well, Father's Day is the 18th. That would have made sense. We could have did Friday, 13th. We doing it a whole week ahead of time. I don't know, Joe.
To be honest,
I don't know.
Let's just be happy that they're doing one.
So I'm just supposed to settle that just because they doing one?
Did I say that?
That's what you said. Let's just be happy. I ain't never satisfied.
Okay, trust.
Never.
No.
That was the only pun I could get on right now.
That was not appropriate.
John Morant.
Oh, come on now. It was a toy gun.
A shooter gonna shoot.
You need to stop. Taking your buttons away from you.
No, that's all I have for today. You got anything else?
That's really it. If you're looking for anything to do this weekend, I don't think there's any festivals or anything going on this weekend. We're about to head up and listen to one of our friends play at Mango's up at the lake. So if you've got time to drive up there and you want to listen to some music with good food, there you go with that. I don't think there's really anything this weekend because you got Father's Day next weekend. And then obviously Juneteenth the following Monday. That's really it. Do you have anything else?
No, I think I covered everything.
Whatever you do, decide to do it safely and make sure that you have a good weekend. But like I said, people out here apparently don't know how to drive, so make sure you do. But that's all I've got.
See y'all in the next one.
Have a good one.